Hello and welcome to Iowa for the Iowa Corn 301 here from the Reebok Truck Series, race number 34 here in the season. And with just 3 races left to go, we still have all 12 of our chasers in title contention. Will we be able to say that at the end of the night? Probably not, because the magic number leaving here will be 296. The driver controlling their destiny on that is Seth Cole. On the pole today, though, and it just shows how close things are here at Iowa. These two drivers on the front row tied with the exact same time to the thousandth of a second. It's Paul Swanson and James Shelley. Time Pollard and Preston Plord make up row number 2, with Trevor Meacham and our points leader Seth Cole in row 4, Jeff James, Brad Mojer row 5. As we go through the rest of the starting grid, I'll say the points coming into today. Alex Perkle comes in second in points, 19 points behind the number 52. Kyle Collins right there, third in points, 40 points back. The 29, driven by Elijah Workman and Charles Sanford this season, fourth in points, 62 points back. Those are the 4 drivers who could leave here as the points leaders. Here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Fifth in points, and from here on back, these guys are all 200 points behind Seth Cole. You have Katie Elizabeth, 208. The 17, Jessica Shelton and Roman Rahal's combination effort this season is 6th in points. Then Dylan Young, 7th. PJ Williams, 8th. As Hiroshi Kazuyoshi does not get going. Wow, that's unfortunate. Jake Baskinger and Betty Johnson's combo effort, 9th in points. William Duncan, 10th. Joe Davis, 11th. And Alex Hawkins is 12th. Alex Hawkins and Joe Davis, as well as William Duncan, most in danger of leaving here eliminated from title contention. Duncan, essentially, if Seth Cole beats William Duncan here today, that will be it for the chase hopes, or the title hopes of William Duncan. As they come off turn number 4, pace car is pulled off, and we are green for the Iowa Corn 301. A very poor start there for Time Pollard in third. Oh boy, here we go. This is where it's going to be interesting. Preston Plord, James Shelley, and around goes the 54. Will that be enough to bring out a caution? Yes. Racing back to the stripe, 3 wide for second, all behind Paul Swanson. Shelley gets it. Now just don't wreck. And that is a huge break for Seth Cole, because now we'll allow it to be a single file restart. He won't have to fall back as far. But the big loser, Preston Plord, as he goes around for a spin, able to keep it going though, and doesn't look like a whole lot of damage to the back end of that 54 truck. Should be able to continue. 15th in the points coming in, was a guy who almost made the chase. But let's go back and see what happened, as it looks like there was also a wreck coming back to the caution flag. Well, just no way this was going to work, as Preston Plord just kind of slides up the track in the middle 3 wide. They might have been able to make it work, but contact is made between the 54 and the 3, sending the 3 down to 16. That's what actually stabilizes the 3. But there's no one to help stabilize the 54 once it goes off the bumper, the 31 of Trevor Meacham. And just going to make contact with the inside wall. And I don't know if there was a wreck. We'll check this out right now. Was there a wreck coming back to the caution? I don't think there was, though. Meacham kind of on the apron there. Losing a ton of spots, actually. I just kind of saw smoke. That's why I was kind of wondering. No, it doesn't look like it. So, simple little spin brings out the caution, and Preston Plord will be able to continue. Paul Swanson, the Canadian, is out in front. Let's go back to the green flag. And we are back. Good news for Hiroshi Kazuyoshi fans, as he was able to make it back out. Paul Swanson is the leader. James Shelley second. Time Pollard, Jeff James, Eric Enrage, Seth Cole 6th. Brad Mojo's in 7th, and Randy McBlair Cosmic Nova, and Cassandra Renzi, the top 10. Alex Perkle, second in points, runs 11th, and PJ Williams, Kyle Thomas, Kyle Collins, Alex Hawkins, Jessica Shelton, Trevor Meacham, Max Newworth, Jay Stella, Chris Washer, Kyle Matthews, Bradley Bishop Jr., Chris Louvier, Charles Sanford, Jake Bassinger, Kenny Bale, Amanda Shelley, Joe Davis, William Duncan, Dylan Young, Gabe Williams, Amy Shelley, Nathan McCain, Robin Shannon, Zeke Marley, Tom Gerard, Kyle Sosnowski, Brennan Berg, Katie Elizabeth, Jake Davis, and Preston Plord. Pace car is already pulled off, and the Chase Chevrolet, the Chase Geico Toyota Tundra, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Chevy. Oh well, we are back to racing. And Hiroshi Kazuyoshi trying to get one of 3 laps back. Oh boy. And here comes one of the original 42 Cup drivers in his second Reebok Truck Series start, Time Pollard, to the top spot. How about this? 3 wide, 2 battle for the race lead. Jeff James wants it. Oh, they're 4 wide almost. Eric Enraged to the inside. Caution is out as Kazuyoshi and Paul Swanson go around. Apparently they're racing it back though. So the wreck happened on the front straightaway to bring out the caution. There's a wreck on the back straightaway, and it's going to be Eric Enraged leading under the caution. Joe Davis involved. Oh, that's unfortunate. That might just end Joe Davis's chase hopes. Brennan Berg to pit road. And he is done. So Paul Swanson, a big loser, 34th. Not sure what the holdup is. Looks like everyone's in the right spot. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened to Joe Davis. And we're back. Battle for the 28th position goes awry as Joe Davis slides up the track into Amanda Shelley and just can't get off. And around goes the 94. William Duncan, lucky to get by this. And Brennan Berg just comes along and hits the 94. Same for Kyle Sosnowski. And that's what does the damage for the 94. Now, Paul Swanson, however, goes around on the back straightaway, and this one already in motion at this point. Kazuyoshi trying to get her line. Swanson sliding up the track. Contact made. And Randy McBlair is the one that finishes the job there. Now, does anyone hit the 35 or 03 is the question. Very lucky. No one hits either one of these guys. So Paul Swanson's fast truck's still intact. And we'll go back to the green flag. And it explains why there's the commotion. They scored Joe Davis actually in front of Nathan McCain at the line. That is why they're trying to fight over position, because they're waiting for Joe Davis to pass him. Let's get back to the green flag. We are back just in time for the restart. And we are back to racing here. The only retirement is Brennan Berg. But Kazuyoshi apparently is actually only 2 laps down. And here, once again, Time Pollard, the benefactor of these guys having to start alongside Kazuyoshi, as Time Pollard tries to go for the top spot. And it looks as though he's going to get done, and he's going to lead under the caution. Kyle Sosnowski, a lot of damage to the Amp Energy Chevrolet. Tom Gerard, Nathan McCain. We have had a huge wreck, and the good news for Kazuyoshi is he is now 1 lap down to the race leaders. But a huge wreck has taken place involving car number 7, truck number 7 actually. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Well, they've been struggling with 3 wide off turn 2, so they decide to go 4 wide, and it just doesn't work either. Zeke Marley gets into Nathan McCain. They make contact with Joe Davis. Davis down the track into Sosnowski, and we'll show his hit later. But here's where all these guys are getting involved. There's Katie Elizabeth and Tom Gerard. Paul Swanson gets by this amazingly. But here's what happened to here's Sosnowski's hit. Just in full speed here. Luckily it's a short track. That not a very hard hit. But man, it was just sudden. Nothing Sosnowski could have done at all. But with that, let's get back to the green flag here from Iowa. Well, add Kyle Sosnowski's name to the list of retirees. Okay, I'm confused on scoring. Apparently it was 3 laps down. Now it's 2 laps down for Kazuyoshi. But with 10 laps to go, that's going to be the extent of how many laps Kazuyoshi will be getting back tonight. Time Pollard is the leader. It's James Shelley, Eric Enrage, Jeff James, PJ Williams, Seth Cole, Brad Mojo, Cosmic Nova, Alex Perkle, and Cassandra Renzi, the top 10. Then Randy McBlair, Kyle Thomas, Jessica Shelton runs 13th, then Kyle Collins, Alex Hawkins, Max Newworth, Chris Washer, Trevor Meacham, Kyle Matthews, Bradley Bishop Jr., the top 20, Jay Stella, Chris Lubier, Charles Sanford, Kenny Bale, Dylan Young, Jake Bassinger, William Duncan, Robin Shannon, Gabe Williams, Amanda Shelley, Amy Shelley, Jake Davis, Joe Davis, Preston Ford, Paul Swanson, Tom Gerard, Nathan McCain, Zeke Marley, Katie Elizabeth, and Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, top 40. What a restart for Time Pollard. Caught James Shelley sleeping. Can a single file restart, though, maybe be the key to success here tonight? Probably not towards the back. But Seth looking for maybe a top 5 run here. 3 wide here for second. All this behind Time Pollard. I didn't see the caution flag waving. How about Seth Cole into the top 4 tonight? Oh, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Jeff James into Time Pollard into Williams. Bouncing off the wall. Cosmic Nova's around. That will bring out the caution. Huge wreck now. They're still wrecking. And Seth Cole is the leader under the caution flag. The points leader leads. Wow, humongous wreck. Looks like probably what happened there, a chain of events just occurring as Jeff James apparently having issues getting around the Jessica Shelton machine to get back to where he's supposed to be on the racetrack. As we're having to wait for everyone to kind of sort through a little bit. While they do that, let's take a look back at what happened. I just wanted to check this part out of the wreck first, because this is the part behind it that caused so much damage. Jay Stella pushes up the track into Trevor Meacham. They make contact, and they could not save it quite as well as the Cosmic Nova wreck up there. There's Charles Sanford. Kenny Bale gets by this one. Bassinger does not. And Jay Stella just comes up the track. Nowhere for Preston Plord to go. There's the 24 of Amanda Shelley. She's gotten into this at this point. Zeke Marley gets jacked up by the 18 after making contact with the 42. There's Joe Davis into the 00. Nathan McCain into the 00. Oh, and Joe Davis actually flips. A truck flipping at Iowa. Unbelievable. But Cosmic Nova obviously getting a lot more out of this than he was probably expecting. As it starts with Jeff James there in the 15. He gets into the 16. They come down into PJ Williams. They bounce off the wall a couple times, and Time Pollard doing an incredible job to try and drive this thing. Just does not have enough there to be able to save it, and ends up using the 00 to save his truck. But that turns the 00 around because 00 had no one to bounce off of. And just slides up the track. Dylan Young barely gets by. Sanford will not. Neither does Kenny Bale. And Kenny Bale actually going to make contact with William Duncan. Paul Swanson got into Preston Plord. And with the 35 there, there's just nowhere for the 94 to have gone. And amazingly, the Aaron Chevrolet of Joe Davis just flips at Iowa. I'm just perplexed by that. Tom Gerard apparently just off the pace or something. But Seth Cole leads under the caution flag with what will be a few laps to go on the restart. And we are back. There will be 3 laps to go when we get the green flag. Seth Cole, PJ Williams, Time Pollard, Brad Mojo, Eric and Ridge, Jeff James, Cassandra Renzi, James Shelley, Jessica Shelton, and Alex Perkle are the top 10. Charles Saintford is out of the race, so is Jake Bassinger, Paul Swanson, Kenny Bale, Nathan McCain, Jay Stillick, Cosmic Nova, Preston Plord, Joe Davis, Zeke Marley, and Katie Elizabeth, as well as the 35 of Hiroshi Kazuyoshi. That will officially end the chase hopes of Joe Davis. And green flag back up. PJ Williams got a really good restart in comparison to Seth Cole. Seth's gotten 5 bonus points though now. I think he just wants to stay out of trouble here for these final 3 laps, as PJ Williams desperate enough to try something. He's 257 points back of the 52. He's got to gain some points. The caution flag is out. We're going to have a green-white checkered finish, as Dylan Young has gone around. Green-white checkered. This one is not over yet. Wow. So this one not over just yet, as those on the lead lap will still have a shot. That will not include Robin Shannon apparently. But what happened to Dylan Young and Bradley Bishop Jr.? So coming off turn number 2, Bradley Bishop Jr. and Dylan Young. Bishop just comes up the track. Oh, Duncan involved again. Duncan gets another one. Able to kind of save his truck though this time. So the only guys who go around are the 99 and the 1. They look like they should be able to continue. PJ Williams will lead us back to the green-white checkered though. Field making their way through turns 3 and 4. We are ready for the green-white checker. No cautions here for 2 laps at Iowa. Who will get it done? Can it still be PJ Williams? Could Seth Cole maybe get a run on the outside? We are green, and that was one heck of a jump for PJ Williams. It's actually going to open the door for Seth Cole because of how much time Pollard was sleeping. Seth Cole actually was able to get down into second there, coming off of turn number 2. Now Time Pollard fills up that hole. And Brad Mojo might even make a move for 3rd or even for 2nd here. Oh, Seth Cole nearly got pinched there. Here comes Alex Perkle. The guy 2nd in the points is going inside of our points leader. Oh my gosh, they're 4 wide for the race lead. They were almost 4 wide there for a moment. Jeff James, Brad Mojo working it out. Here they go through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. There was someone on the apron back there. Oh my god, contact! Brad Mojo gets it done. He wins the Iowa Corn 301. And Alex Perkle will come on 3rd to a 5th place for Seth Cole. But Brad Mojo will get his first career Reebok Truck Series win, and what a crazy green-white checker that was for 2 laps. There's some damage on trucks in the back. That might have been what we saw. Eric and Rage with damage. Same for Amy Shelley. But all the congrats in the world go to the Pepsi Max number 75 of Brad Mojo. Not coming back next season, and he gets his first career win here towards the end of the season. I mean, he doesn't care about anything other than the wins. He's not coming back next season. Hopefully we see him back season 4. But, man. Gets it done here tonight. Brad Mojo, your winner in the Iowa Corn 301. Let's go through the top 10 here tonight. Behind him was Jeff James, Alex Perkle, Time Pollard, Seth Cole, PJ Williams, James Shelley, Eric and Rage, Kyle Matthews, and Amy Shelley. With the top 5, this much I know. Alex Hawkins, Joe Davis, William Duncan, eliminated from title contention here tonight. Other drivers who could be, you got to look at the 59, 269 points back coming in. PJ's going to still be in contention at least for another night. And I don't know. There's not a lot of others I see losing 100 points or so. That might be our list. Who knows? But what I do know, we still have 2 races here from Iowa this weekend. And we'll see you for those. 2 races left here in the Reebok Truck Series, and they are the most craziest of tracks that you could probably think of, or at least either that or most generic, I guess. Talladega and Homestead to round out the season. 2 races left. If you're within 296 points leaving here, you're still in title contention. Like I said, bottom 3 I know are for sure out of it. How do the rest shape out? You'll see right after this.